Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oldham County Fiscal Court. I'm David Vogel, Judge Executive. Happy to have all of you here today for our meeting on September 1st, day after Labor Day. Okay, I meant the first meeting of the month on the second day of the month. I couldn't get that out straight. All right, if you're able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Before we begin today's meeting, I'd like to make an announcement that some of you may be aware of. It certainly saddens us here at Oldham County Fiscal Court. We lost one of our support individuals here several days ago. Larry Brannon, who was our backup video person, was hospitalized and did not survive. He died on Saturday morning. Larry has been a friend of mine for literally more than 50 years. In 1973 and 74, 75, 76, he and I were both in the public affairs section at the Kentucky Air National Guard. Larry spent his career partly at the National Guard and then went on to the Kentucky Baptist Convention, where he operated all of their video services, actually traveled worldwide to do video work for the Kentucky Baptist Convention. Larry was one great guy. He's survived by his wife Barbara and two sons. I'd like to take a moment of silence now and remember and pray for our good friend Larry Brannon. Grant unto him, O Lord, eternal rest, and let perpetual light shine upon him. May Larry's soul and all the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. Amen. Holly, will you please call the roll?
Magistrate Tice.
Here.
Magistrate Woosley.
Here.
Magistrate Jeffries.
Here.
Magistrate Hounds.
Here.
Magistrate Hawkins.
Here.
Magistrate Dye.
Present.
Magistrate Logston.
Here.
Judge Vogel.
Here. Having 8 of the 9 members of the Fiscal Court present, this meeting is now in session. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
Second.
Are there any deletions? Any additions? I'd like to add under, I'll say contracts and resolutions, an item D1. There'd be discussion of a digital sign for the South Oldham Government Center, additional sign. All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Is there a motion to approve our minutes from the last meeting?
So moved. Second.
All right, any discussion on that? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries. Time now for public comment, the time during our meeting when anyone who would like to address the fiscal court who's not part of the regular scheduled agenda is able to do so. Is there anyone here today to address the court? Okay, I have you to come forward, please. We ask each person to state their name and address, and we ask you to limit your comments to 4 minutes or less.
J.D. Sparks,
Okay.
2823, 2823 Oldham County,
What's that?
28323 Hollow Oak Drive, Crestwood, Kentucky. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else was going to say it, so I just thought I'd get up and remind everybody that Saturday, September the 6th is our is our 9/11 memorial at the Veterans Memorial Park at the South Oldham High School parking lot.
All right, okay. The 9/11, annual 9/11 commemoration, remembrance will be this Saturday, 11 o'clock, at the Veterans Memorial Park at South Oldham High School.
September 6th.
Right, September 6th. All right, I think I'm catching what you had there. I don't know. Okay. Anyone else? All right, we'll close public comment, go on to the first item on our agenda today. And our last meeting, Matt Rhodes, Director of the Oldham County Health Department, was here, and the meeting kind of got long, and Matt didn't have a chance to make his presentation before he had to leave, so welcome back, Matt.
Thank you for the opportunity to return. See if I can, well. Here we go, we'll just leave it in presentation style. Again, thank you, Judge Executive Vogel and magistrates of the Fiscal Court for allowing me to present to you today. As was stated, I'm Matt Rhodes. I serve as Director for the Oldham County Health Department. Very grateful for that responsibility and opportunity to serve alongside a conscientious group of public health practitioners. I will brag, I think they're the greatest group of employees any agency in Oldham County has to work alongside. They're very committed to the cause and the mission of the work that we do. My primary responsibility today, as a function of my role as the director, I also serve as the recording secretary for the Board of Health. And the Board of Health has a responsibility by law to serve as a special purpose governmental entity, and they serve as the public health taxing district for the county. All 61 local health departments have a designation as a special purpose governmental entity. Well, I should say 58, the 3 independents. Some of them serve under the auspices of the executive branch of government, like in Louisville for Metro government. But one of the responsibilities of our Board of Health is to serve as a taxing district and set the tax rate for our county each year. So we'll talk about some of the roles and responsibilities. Previously, I just brought a resolution and the tax district information with the budget and presented that, but based on previous questions that I've received from you all in years past, I thought I'd put this presentation together for you all to be able to review. So as I stated, by law, KRS 212-720 creates public health taxing districts, and the requirement for a Board of Health resolution is set by KRS 212-725. By law, the Kentucky Department for Public Health Commissioner sets the minimum rate that each county has to contribute towards the local public health tax rate. The minimum is set at 1.8 cents. The maximum is 10 cents per $100 of assessed valuation for all real property. In 2025, the public health tax rate, and I'll show you the resolution on the next slide, was set at 2.5 cents per $100 of assessed valuation. That rate is the same rate that the board has maintained since 2016. So this is the 10th year running that we've been able to maintain the tax rate at 2.5 cents. This is the resolution which shows the date of the meeting where this occurred. It was the last day, 30th day of May this year, 2025, and we had a quorum of members there. And this is the official resolution that we have to submit to the state for approval. This is the information that comes from that information budgeted under the taxing district budget, and you can see the total revenue generated by that 2.5 cents is $2,397,101. We do have some investments through the taxing district that we maintain because we do have a $7.9 million pension liability for our staff at the health department. So the interest earned on that income is $150,000. You can see the disbursements which were appropriated to the health department, $2,272,119. A couple of other payments there that you can see, in the total disbursements, $2,280,351. So based on previous questions that I had received, we typically don't get over into the operational budget, but you all had asked these questions, so I wanted to share with you. As you can see, the budgeted revenue coming from the taxing district makes up 63% of the overall operational budget for the agency. Another 12% is service fees that we charge through clinical services or environmental services. 15,000 it's actually less than 1%, so it rounds down to 0%, is that interest income. 14% of our revenue comes from the state, and another 11% comes from the federal government. And I just wanted to share a picture. This was at our last all-staff meeting last October. That's the staff that serves, their bright smiling faces serving this community each and every day to improve health outcomes. Just simply wanted to state that we understand that population health is not something that we do independently. It's one of the things that Oldham County does really well, and that's collaborative work and partnership. And as you can see here, population health and well-being is something that we create as a society, not something an individual can attain in a clinic or be responsible for alone. Health is more than being free from disease and pain. It is the ability to thrive. Well-being covers both quality of life and the ability of people and communities to contribute to the world. Population health involves optimal physical, mental, spiritual, and social well-being. And I am very excited to report to you all, you may or may not know this, that according to the county health rankings, that Oldham County ranks #1 in the state of Kentucky as it relates to health outcomes. Now, they have gone away from a numerical system and gotten more in a gradient, but you can see here, as Oldham County is way to the right, the state average is here and the national average is here, and the statement that's on the County Health Rankings and Roadmaps website says Oldham County is faring better than the average county in Kentucky for population health and well-being, and better than the average county in the nation. So that's something we should be very proud of. This is just a quick organizational chart. We have basically 5 divisions: clinical services, our community wellness division, our environmental division, and our maternal child health division, which is supported by our administrative services, and 2 other support functions in performance management and communications, which supports all of those divisions. And some of the services that we provide in clinical services, I'm not going to read through all of these, but you can see these services really focus on prevention. We want to try to prevent people from getting ill, and we know the further upstream that we can work, the better health outcomes we have downstream. Maternal child health, we have a big focus on maternal child health programs in both our HANDS and ASQ program, because we understand that the healthier the foundation can be for the children in our community, the better their health outcomes are going to be throughout their life course. And then environmental health, this is the arm of the department where we have regulatory oversight and authority, where we conduct inspections and make sure that we're doing everything that we can to protect the community and the environmental health, as well as any places where you may visit in a public facility, be it a food service facility, hotel, motel, mobile home park, and so forth. And then community wellness is the division where we do our community health assessment. We do that once every 3 years, which leads into our community health improvement plan. We also focus on disaster preparedness and a lot of the work that we did around COVID and other emergency response scenarios. And I just wanted to share some successes with you. As we've already shared, the county health rankings ranks us #1, even though they've gone away from a numerical ranking. We know we're #1 in the state of Kentucky. Again, we complete the CHA and the CHIP process every 3 years. We've also completed a strategic plan that runs through 2029, and I was sharing earlier before the meeting that we get a lot of praise from other local health departments across the state and the nation, because we actually had 3 board members that participated with us on that strategic planning process, and the feedback that I get from my colleagues is that's really unheard of. So very grateful for the board that we have that is committed and connected to this agency and the work that we do. We've had a lot of technological advancements over the last 3 years. I think if you work in a work world these days, the technology is continuing to change, so we're trying to stay up to date on that. The one thing that I wanted to say thank you to the fiscal court was for the opioid settlement funds. You all supported us in being able to secure a platform called Credible Mind, which focuses on opioid abuse as well as mental health services. And as we know, the indices for mental health continue to trend upward, and we need to do everything that we can in this community to try to address those. And we've had a real focus on mental health and created a mental health task force following a meeting that Judge Executive Vogel convened, I think, back in August of '23. And then lastly, one thing that I'm very proud of is that we've completed application to the Public Health Accreditation Board. It's the accrediting body for public health in the nation. And we are underway collecting required documentation. We're going to submit at the start of next year. There will be about a year-long review process, and then we will have them do a site visit, and hopefully they will come back with the documentation that says we're an accredited public health agency. So with that, I'll stop and answer questions.
Any members of the court have any clarifications they'd like? Magistrate Jeffries.
Just a quick question on that we received on our iPads here. On page 2 through 6, it shows Oldham County fiscal year 21, and there's like 4 pages with the same document. Is it, it shows the revenue and then disbursements, but they all look the same, but it says Oldham County fiscal year 21. And then it shows the 2020 budget and actual versus budget.
I'm not sure what you received. I was not responsible for sending that over, but I
Okay.
will make sure you get the appropriate documents for fiscal year '26. Is this it?
Yeah, we have that. We do have the, yeah, we do have the last page on the actual budget, and we also have the first page that shows the public health district budget for '25. But it was just a little confusing. Like I say, page 2 through 6 showed fiscal year 21 budget.
Yeah. My apologies. You should just be seeing fiscal year '26 information. It's the 2025 tax rate
Right.
that informs the FY '26 budget. I apologize if
That's okay.
more information was submitted than was needed.
Okay.
Anyone else? Magistrate Woosley.
Mr. Rhodes, what makes us such a healthy county versus our neighbors?
There's a lot of indicators and variables that they review to determine that, but one is years of life expectancy, education, income variables, all of those things are considered as part of this. And one of the things that we do well, as was noted recently by the rankings that U.S. News and World, I think, report gave, that all 3 of our high schools rank in the top 10. So we have a great education system. We have people that live longer than the average life expectancy in the county. People exercise, and they do things to take care of their health. So again, it's not something that we do independent. It's something that we do collectively as a community.
Is there something fiscal court should be focusing on to make sure we stay number one?
Well, and I think that you are by supporting funding for mental health initiatives. I think that's one area that we need to continue to focus on. Unfortunately, we have had some suicides in the community, and I personally, especially when it's youth suicide, feel like as a community we need to do as much as we possibly can and make sure that we're not missing anything in that area.
Okay, thank you.
In the Credible Mind program, that addresses mental health in the community. I know we have our Healthy Oldham County task force, if you will. I believe, I've been told there's how many, 43 agencies connected to Oldham County in one way or another that support the mental health task force. How are we promoting the access to Credible Mind? How are we promoting interaction for people to learn about those 43 services?
Excellent question. We're doing the best that we can with regards to the communication channels that we have. We share it out on Facebook as well as our website. We share it through the Oldham era. We're limited in some ways with the communication avenues that we have, but we're doing everything that we can. If that's something that we could promote through any type of communications that the fiscal court has, we will be more than happy to partner with that as well.
Right. All right. I appreciate that. So we want to be supportive of everything in regard to mental health improvement and safety in the community. Right.
Most definitely.
Right. Matt, thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate your partnership with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll close this down.
Our next item on the agenda today is an Extension District annual presentation. Kelly Woods is here from Extension District. Welcome, Kelly. And I believe you brought some other individuals as well.
I did, yes. Thank you and good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us to share our budget versus actual as well as our tax rates, and then also to share some of the programs and successes that we have had over the past year. Like Judge Vogel said, I did bring several guests with me, and the first person behind me is Heather Toombs. She's our family and consumer science agent. Sitting next to Heather is Kay Sherrill. He's become somewhat of a local celebrity. I will let Heather introduce him. He is the president of Kentucky 4-H Council. And then sitting next to him is our new 4-H agent, Hannah, too many H's, Hannah Ratliff. And then next to her is Gretchen Winslow, and she's our ag agent. And then next to her is Jean Jenkins, and she's the president of our council. And like Judge Vogel said, my name is Kelly Woods, and I am the county director for the Extension Service. I transitioned into that position back in January. So moving right into our presentation, we have our year-end actuals as we close out the year of 25, available for your review. Are you ready for me
Go
to
ahead,
move on?
sure.
Okay. And then our tax rates were set on August 4th at the district board meeting, and you'll see the rates that were set. Real property is 0.014, personal property 0.014, motorcraft 0.015, and then inventory is 0.014.
Same rates.
Same rates, compensating rates, yes. So I am going to, first of all, I believe Heather is going to be up first talking about family and consumer sciences. So for those of you who are not aware, we have 3 different programs within the Extension Service. And the first one's family and consumer sciences, agriculture and natural resources, and then 4-H youth development. And I believe Heather's going to come forward and share some of the successes of the family and consumer science program over this past year.
Good morning, or good afternoon. I slept in a
Hello.
little late today. Yeah. So I have pictures up there of all the fun things, fun activities that we've done this year. Family, I know I love in the bottom right-hand corner of another local celebrity, and I'm so grateful that you participated in a program. And I actually want to challenge all of you guys to watch and see if there's a program that you can come to at the Extension office. We would love to see you guys there. There's pictures of us walking. We have a program that we do, walking across Kentucky, and this is our 3rd year, and it is growing, and it's grown to the point where we actually have community members that are going to be running it next year. So I am excited to see how that turns out. We have, of course, we have our baking classes, and we have sewing classes and all the things. We also partner, and it's so much fun. He's gone now, but we partner with the health department very often, and we partner with the library. So it's fun to see community partners in the room today. So we have the Oldham County Homemakers. This is one of our volunteer groups. Underneath the extension, we have the different divisions or areas, family, consumer science, ag, and 4-H. And underneath of those, we kind of have all this volunteer armies, we call it. So one of ours is Oldham County Homemakers. They've been doing good in our homes, in our communities. And last year, they recorded a record-breaking 13,657 hours of service, and they awarded a scholarship to a deserving young man in 2025. And then we also have 2 master clothing volunteers. I know, Stephanie, you've been interested in our sewing classes, so you've been able to benefit from their expertise. This is just a few of their numbers. They worked on a pillowcase project for active military, and their goal was to hit 1,000 pillowcases, which doesn't sound like something that you would want, but they have a standard issue pillowcase that is not that comfy. So they were really happy to receive those soft and soothing pillowcases, we'll say that. And they overachieved. They got well over 1,000. So we have 2 volunteers in Oldham County, and they both reported 678 hours together, and they made 2,166 contacts. We're really proud of that program. And this is what's coming up, and I did brag on our partnerships. We have, I'm so happy to say that we have great relationships with other community partners. We can't do something by ourselves. I agree with everything he said before. It is really a community effort, and I love how connected Oldham County is and how supportive we are of each other. And these are just a few of the partners that I have partnered with, and I'm looking for other partners always. But we're cooking through the calendar at the 2 libraries, the Goshen Library and the LaGrange Library. We're excited, or not, we're doing Goshen Library with that. And we're doing Laugh and Learn with the school systems, and we're doing a Live Well series at Oldham, the Goshen Library and the LaGrange Library. And then September, we're kicking that off. If you guys are available on Saturday, we'd love to see you. It'll start at the library, and it'll go all the way down to the health department with a lot of our community partners at that in attendance. So, you have any questions? I feel like I'm just rattling them.
No, this is fine.
All right, so
Good job.
this is my big program that I really am looking for partners. It's active parenting. It's instead of being a reactive parent, it's making plans on how you're going to handle situations as they come up. It's a great class. I'm looking for somebody to partner with, a church, a library, anybody. And I know you guys would know of somebody that could benefit from this. There's an initial cost for each participant, and it's around $30, but I would love to look for an opportunity to bring that to Oldham County. So that is all I
right.
have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Gretchen Winslow, and I am the Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension Agent here at the Extension Office. And I will be talking about our agriculture and natural resources programs, events, and some very big successes that we've had over the year. So some of the programs that we have held, this is not a complete list. We have so many programs that we hold, but because of space requirements, these are kind of the most popular that we've seen. So every year we hold a regional beef field day. So we held that usually in October. We do programs on hay sampling. I have a horticulture assistant, Hope Gardner, and she has done programs on beekeeping, garden pests and weeds, vegetable classes, spring bulbs, strawberry gardening, as well as bringing in some volunteers from master gardeners that have also taught programs and classes. We've looked into emergency preparedness for farmers, getting people to think about what happens to their livestock in dangerous weather. Do they have a plan for what happens in dangerous weather? Pond and lake management workshop, where we actually partner with the Oldham County Conservation District to put on, where people can come and learn about how to keep a healthy pond here in Oldham County. And then the newest one, Agriculture and Conservation Public Forum. This was another partnership with the Conservation District, where their director, Mason Quorum, and I held a public forum at the John Black Center, inviting people from the community of all walks of life in agriculture and conservation, so that we can listen to them and hear about what they are wanting in the community as far as programming in agriculture and natural resources. So from there, that's actually one of the successes that I will be talking about. We were very excited about that program and looking forward to continuing it in the future. So speaking of successes, again, the Agriculture and Conservation Public Forum. We had between 10 and 15 participants, 6 of which were brand new to Extension. So they had never gone to any programs of Extension. They had never used Extension resources. This was their first introduction to Extension. And this is what we want to see when we're reaching our community, hearing from everybody what they want in Extension services. Collaborated with the Conservation District, and we identified 13 high priority programs. High priority meaning that these are programs that we keep hearing from the community that they want and that we're working on. And then 5 new programs were identified that we had never heard before that we're considering putting on as well. The second success for agriculture is the 2024 Regional Beef Field Day. We had over 200 participants, and this is something that we actually do with Trimble County Extension, Shelby County Extension, and Henry County Extension. So all 4 of us extension agents to get together to put on this program, and it's an effort to bring our cattle producers together from all over the county so that they can have community bonding, share education. We get professors out from the University of Kentucky, industry leaders out from around the county, as well as neighboring counties, to give kind of updates about what the technology looks like in the beef cattle industry, what health looks like in the beef cattle industry, and such forth. And actually, I'm excited to announce that the 2025 Regional Beef Field Day is going to be held here in Oldham County. So it's our year to host, and it's at Fox Hollow Farms. And this is actually the 20th anniversary for Regional Beef Field Day. So this has been something that we have been partnering with for 20 years. So that's very exciting that we get to continue this. Some other successes of what's going on kind of in the horticulture realm. We have a Master Gardeners Association, and this is an association that is often held at the Extension office where volunteers can come and learn about horticulture and volunteer at various community gardens and kind of give advice. We are now starting to teach, or we are now starting to have some of our Master Gardeners teach some of our horticulture classes, and they have been phenomenal and a great partnership for us. So we are currently holding the 2025 class. So those that are interested in Master Gardeners go through an extensive class so that they're taught and educated, and then they graduate and they become volunteers. Right now, we currently have 14 participants, and this is the largest class that our horticulture assistant, Hope Gardner, has seen since she has started with Oldham Extension. So we're very excited about that. So far in 2024 to 2025, our Master Gardeners have logged 1,745 hours of volunteer service. And this volunteer service either is teaching, giving advice, but also managing community gardens. And some of the community gardens that they manage are at Creasy Mahan, the Humane Society, and others. And this past year, they have actually added 5 new garden locations, some of which are at the Oldham County Public Library in LaGrange, Crossroads Pregnancy Center, and others. And I actually have some pictures about the gardens started at Crossroads Pregnancy Center to give y'all an idea about what good they're doing in the community. So the picture on the left is kind of a parking lot median area that was at the pregnancy center that the Master Gardeners took over. And what they did is they did some landscaping, tilled the soil a little bit, prepared a garden bed. And over the year, they have planted various flowers that do well in Kentucky, annuals, biannuals, as kind of a beautification process. And this is the most current picture as of July. So a little comparison of the picture on the left and then now the picture on the right, some of the work that our Master Gardeners are doing. Is there any questions regarding agriculture and natural resources that I can't answer at this time?
Anyone? Do you have any idea, are any of your Master Gardeners willing to help at fiscal court here?
Ooh, that's a good question. I can definitely talk.
We have a certain amount of property that, our maintenance department maintains, but can use help.
I can definitely discuss this with Hope and see if the gardeners would like to do something there.
Okay. Do you have any idea how many head of cattle there are in Oldham County?
Ooh. I used to. I'm not sure at this time. I would have to look at the last census.
Not as
That is
many
an
as there
excellent
used to be.
question.
Not as many as there used
Not
to
as
be?
many as it used to be, but still a good number.
Is it a mixed breed, or is there one particular type of breed of cattle?
A lot of breeds.
A lot of different breeds.
I've seen everything from shorthorn to red Angus to black Angus to, there are so many.
Are these cattle taken into slaughterhouses, or what happens?
A lot of them do, yes.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Judge. Gretchen, on the, what's the status on the property at Ballardsville as far as, moving forward with, building a new extension office and, kind of the timeline there, if you could?
That is an excellent question, and actually, I am not able to speak at that right now, but Kelly Woods is.
Okay.
Currently, the Planning and Development Committee for the property out in Crestwood, they have sent out RFQs, and we're looking at RFQs and working on developing a master plan. So that is what we're working on now. So we had an open house at the property and identified elements that our extension clients and the community would like to see on that property, and those were included in the RFQ. And so that's where the committee is at this point. So they have narrowed down some of those, but the selection will take place for the final reviews on Thursday.
Okay.
So
It'll be a while before you'll be breaking ground on a new office?
yes,
Okay.
it will be a while. Yes.
All right, thank you.
I think that location is about 2 miles west of the intersection of 22 and 53 in Ballardsville.
It's probably about a mile.
Is it a mile? I don't know.
The entrance is right across from Three Lakes Road. So it's just right there, kind of broken a little bit, but that's the closest
I recall that's
intersection.
about 60 acres or so. Is that right?
67.
67, right. Okay. Good. All right, that's great. Okay.
Any other questions for agriculture and natural resources?
Doesn't look like it. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hannah Ratliff. I'm the 4-H Youth Development Agent, and then this is Case Sherrill. He is the Kentucky 4-H State Teen Council President. We'll get to his experience in a second, but I'm going to go through our programs. So Oldham County 4-H provides non-traditional education opportunities for the youth of the county. We have 12 community clubs, and those consist of Cloverbuds clubs, so those are 3rd grade and below. We have Clever Clovers, and they do a little bit of everything. Clover Explorers, we have some homeschool clubs. We have cooking clubs. Miss Jean, who is with us, is actually our horse club leader. We have a dog club, a bunch of fun things, and we're trying out a horticulture club soon also. In addition to our community clubs, we also have 55 school clubs. So the school clubs are actually classrooms. So we are in about 55 classrooms throughout the county during the school years. Oh, wrong button. And then in addition to this, we do have some larger 4-H opportunities for our kids on a little bit larger levels. So we do have area teen club meetings. So we do have a teen club in Oldham County, which Case is a part of. And then the area, which is just surrounding counties, we all meet together and do things. Most recently, we took them to Holiday World for a fun outing. We also do things on the state level, such as state fair exhibits. And then we also take middle schoolers to Teen Summit, which is at Nancy, Kentucky, at the Lake Cumberland 4-H camp. And then we do Teen Conference, which is at the University of Kentucky, and some of the high schoolers kind of get to try out what they might want to major in at UK, and we do some community service while we're there also. So I've asked Case to talk a little bit about his experience in 4-H. So.
Sorry, I'm going to raise this just a little bit. Okay, so obviously we've got a lot going in Oldham County, and so I got to figure out where I want to start. So we do a lot in Oldham County, but also on the state level. And so one of the things she talked about was our Teen Summit and our State Teen Council, which is a great way for us to bring youth from Oldham County and introduce them to youth all across the state. These are our big leadership events. They are, I guess, just great opportunities to, one, connect, but also for State Teen Council, you're getting to see what college life is like. You're getting to experience it all in a new manner, a friendly manner. You get to experience it with your friends and learn and enjoy it all. And it's just a great time. But we also do our fair exhibits, and so we participate on our community level, our county level, and our class winners will go to the state level, where they are judged and presented in Cloverville, which I hope a couple of you all stopped by to see if you came to the state fair. It was very cool. And really, I mean, really, there's just a lot we do. Communications is also a big event. That's one of our area events. It's community area and then also state level. And so that's an opportunity for youth to either make a presentation or give a speech and just use that as an opportunity to practice their presenting skills, but also, once again, meeting more people and just envelop themselves in leadership.
Judge, just have a quick question.
Okay.
Case, while you're up here, I wanted to thank you for your service for 4-H state president. I think this is an excellent opportunity for you and for Oldham County. You get to interface and talk to folks all across Kentucky for the next year. And I know you're doing an outstanding job. I saw you down at the ham breakfast. I think you were at the fair several days and had an opportunity to present what's great about 4-H and 4-H youth or whatever. And I know you all work with FFA. And so, I just wanted to thank you for your service and look forward to working with you in Oldham County. I know you've joined us on Farm Bureau Board here in Oldham County, and so we look forward to working with you. But I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time. I know your schedule is pretty busy, but you will have an opportunity to meet and work with a lot of agricultural leadership across Kentucky. So I think long term that will be definitely a benefit to you, and I know it'll be a benefit to Oldham County. So just wanted to thank you for your service. So.
If you don't mind, I wanted to say, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh goodness.
I'm going to take a guess here. It's, your parents. Barrett and Rebecca Sherrill?
Yes, sir.
Well, I know they're proud of you being in your position and where you are today. And where are you in school?
I'm a senior this year.
Senior, all right. You have plans to go on to another institution later?
I would hope to attend UK starting next fall.
Do you have a career plan?
I would hope to do something with environmental science, maybe on the pre-law track.
All right.
Something along those lines.
Great. Well, we wish you the very best, and I know they're proud of you.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, sir.
All right.
Let's see. Well,
Do you have anything?
We do have more. I messed up the computer.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
there we go.
All right.
Well, Case is a little bit better of a spokesperson than I am. So next we have what I would consider the biggest event for the county level for 4-H every year, which is 4-H camp. And this was my first year camping in Oldham County. I've only been in my position for a little over 6 months, so that was really exciting. This year we had the third largest camp attendance on record, with a total of 391 in attendance. So at camp, the kids get to go through different classes that some of them we have in the county, so they kind of get to try out things at camp, and then hopefully that leads them to join some of our county clubs, because we do have shooting sports in the county, so at camp they get to do archery and rifles. For canoeing and kayaking and cave they get to do at camp. We do have an adventure club here in the county that they would get to do some of those things at more consistently. And then also at camp, we do bring county classes. So from our county and our volunteers from our county, we have outdoor cooking, we do rockets, a survival class, which is with our adventure club leaders, tie-dye. And then this year, since our theme was up, up, and away for camp, we had an aerospace class, which was super fun. All the kids loved it. And we had an air evac helicopter come for the kids to look into and kind of see and talk to the pilots and the medic. So it was super fun, and it's kind of our big event. Does anybody have any questions about 4-H? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm butting in. I know she said it already, but third largest camp attendance on record. I think it's important to note, one of the things we talk about with state office is 4-H camp, and Oldham County does it well. We do it really well, and we're one of the very few counties in the state who camp by themselves for a whole week. A lot of the other counties come together to camp with each other, and I feel like that's just a true testament to our agents and everybody working in the office, that we bring that many people that we get to have our own week at camp. So we really are in the community, and it is a big deal for us.
And so many things are said about what can young people do. Got an entire list here of things young people could do. So, appreciate the positive influence in the community, and we would like to get more people involved, more people learn about things. Some people, you think everybody knows about everything, but many people don't. And so.
Well, and we have a relatively small staff to accomplish all of the things that we talked about. And the reason why we can accomplish all of these things is because we do have a lot of volunteers involved, whether it be youth or adults. We had 14,000 people volunteer in some form or fashion for the Extension Service last year, and we reached 65,000 people. So, I mean, we do have an outreach that we're very proud of, but the outreach goes well beyond this hardworking group of people and is our volunteers. So if you would like information about Extension or getting involved in the Extension Service, there's our phone number, how to get in contact with us, and we just thank you for your time this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. Any other questions? Anybody have anything? All right, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and that's a presentation, annual presentation from Julie Wilson, Director of our Oldham County Library. Welcome, Julie. Sure.
Tech has been failing me all day today, so. Here we go. We'll do it this way. Hi.
Success.
Good afternoon. My name is Julie Wilson. I'm the director of the Oldham County Public Library. We have 3 locations, one in LaGrange, Crestwood, and Goshen. I'm excited to be here the same day as the Health Department and Extension because we love both of them and really appreciate the partnerships. I know Fiscal Court is a big fan of us working together, and we do so quite a bit. And I feel like those partnerships have even increased in recent years. The pandemic kind of put us all in hiding, but we're back in full effect, I feel like, and partnering together to just do great things for the county. So kind of business first. Tax rates we approved on August 5th. Our Board of Trustees approved the compensating rate of 3.9 cents. So we've done the compensating rate for many, many years. So our personal property rate continues to go down a little bit. I think as Oldham County grows, when they do the tax rates, it's able to go down, but yet our revenue, just slightly increases every year. So we're able to continue adding services and serving an ever-growing population, as you know, in Oldham County. So. Last year was a big year for us. I feel like you guys were all right there with us, so I have to thank you guys for your support. I saw all of your faces at our ribbon cuttings and our renovation at Crestwood the previous year, and then Goshen was obviously a really big deal for us. That was a big project. We needed a lot of help from Judge Vogel and Planning and Zoning and Jim Silman, I saw you back there. I feel like we just had lots and lots of helpers from this room, and we really appreciate it because I surely didn't know about erosion control and things like that. So I've learned that stuff from Jim and you guys. So it's been great to learn new things and put this project together. We've just been absolutely thrilled with the results. Hope you guys are too. Like Heather said, we've had, lots of partners in to do things at the library already. She's been cooking through the calendar over there. We've had potluck dinners. We had all the guidance counselors from the schools do a meeting one day. We've already discovered maybe we should have built a bigger parking lot, believe it or not. It felt huge when we opened, but we've had people parking on the street plenty of times already. So it's great to see it being used, and I think it just showed how we really needed something over in the Goshen area for meetings. Even before the library opened in January, I know everybody remembers the snow days this year. We had so many teens in the library using our study spaces, and we were just absolutely thrilled. Day one, I had 6 girls in the conference room studying together, and they let me take their picture. And it's just been great to see so many kids using the library and just people of all ages. Of course, we've increased our circulation and traffic overall. But meeting space, if you've been in that library, you can tell that we really thought about that a lot. Different sizes of meeting spaces, not just a study room, but a small gathering room that would fit 10 to 12, and a conference room that would fit 8, and a beautiful meeting room, that would fit 100 people. So people have really responded to that. So we've been really, really excited. A little bit more business. Financials are looking good. I was stressed about having such a big building project. I know you guys know that too, with the building at courthouse. So we take it very seriously to be spending the taxpayers' money. But things went well. We did remove a lot of rock from that site. But we came out okay. We were able to make investments. With Stockyards Bank has really helped us, and we were able to make money off of the money we had borrowed, and just continue to do that. So we had about $450,000 in interest the previous fiscal year, and then this year another $272,000 you can see there. So that's been great to be able to do. While interest rates are still high, it's not good for some things, but it's good for some fiscal things. We were also able to keep our operating budget in check and be under budget by almost $150,000. So we're watching that closely. We've been watching our maintenance expenses, things like that. So for next year, we're looking at 3.6 million-ish in taxes coming in. We still have 2 grants for the construction projects. We're almost done with the LaGrange grant and almost have that building paid off, so that's exciting. We're still getting $280,000 in those grants every year, and a little bit of other monies. We are fine-free at the library except for video games, so we're not collecting as much in fines anymore, but we're still looking really strong with our budget. So any excess anymore, looks like we'll be heading to Crestwood next someday to build a larger facility there. I know Crestwood's growing a lot, but it might be a little bit before we can take that on, but we're going to start saving in that direction. So just some fun things, similar to what others have talked about today. Lots of programming for children that we have all the time at the library. Shannon puts these cute graphics together for you guys every year. We had over 1,500 children complete the summer reading program. We know how important that is for kids, to keep their skills strong over the summer while they're on break. We offered 557 programs in total for kids this past fiscal year, attended by almost 30,000 people. So just some faces that come to our stuff. We always like to get cute pictures of them while they're around. Teens is another big focus that our county has right now. I know Matt mentioned the community health assessment. One of the things that came up over and over again from the respondents from the survey was that we needed more activities for teens in this area. I know you guys are also invested in mental health, especially in regards to teens. We do have an activity, Heather had the graphic on hers. Be Kind to Your Mind is going to be on September 18th. We're partnering with City Place, the Health Department, Extension, the Pete Foundation, others I can't even think of right now, to throw an event to promote teen mental health. So it's great to do these partnerships. We've added 2 more teen programmers to really up our focus on teens and giving them positive activities in the county for them to do. But we don't forget about adults. We had over 285 programs for adults last year with 2,500 participants. You can see some of them down there. If you're ever free on a Friday morning, you can go to Crestwood and drink some tea with. There's a group of ladies that meet there every Friday. So that's a lot of fun. But in total, over 1,000 programs this last year at the library with 46,000 participants, which is a 23% increase over the previous year. Kind of mentioned our partnerships, but one in particular is our Friends of the Library. Just want to highlight Sally Lackner there in the middle, smiling with her award. She has been the president of the Friends for over a decade, and they submitted her name. She didn't know about it, but they submitted her name for the Outstanding Friend of the Libraries award statewide, and she won that award, so she was thrilled. And I got her husband to take a picture of her at the award ceremony for me. But they do a lot of work for the library and raise a good bit of money to support library programs. So just some stats. Library visits, over 182,000 people, increase of 6%, circulated over 500,000 items. Lots of reference questions, text sessions, things like that. But one thing to point out that y'all might not know is that we do free notary service at the library. We feel like this is a really good service to people. You can go to UPS and pay, I think, $10 a signature. So we feel like that's a really great thing for our residents. So we did over 1,400 notaries this past year. So, just a stab in the dark at $20 per item. So we figure if you had to buy the books and everything else you check out from the library, it'd be over $10 million of stuff. So you can save a lot of money with the taxes that go to the library. And we couldn't do it without our Board of Trustees. And I know you guys know a lot of them. And here's a picture at our ribbon cutting, some of you in this picture. Our Board of Trustees just does an amazing job, and they do all of that for free. They're just great library supporters and so great to work with. Lonnie Harden, some of you might know him. He rolled off this past year, and just want to give him a shout out because he wouldn't let me submit his name for an interview in the paper. But he is our longest serving trustee ever, and did 2 8-year terms. So that's an amazing service to our county. And I think that's all I've got. Do you guys have, I do have one more thing. So strategic plan-wise, we're moving into our next strategic plan. We have a survey out there right now. If you go to our website, would love it if you guys would fill that out as community leaders. We're going to be pulling those results together soon to just be kind of moving into the next 5 years. And I gave you guys all a copy of our latest newsletter. It's an amazing amount of things that goes on every month. I have a hard time keeping up with it, so but feel free to peruse that to see kind of what we're doing. Any questions?
All right, Magistrate Hounds.
OldhamPL.org. Yeah, there should be a link in the banner to do that survey. We'd love it if you guys did that.
Magistrate Hounds.
So, Julia, I want to say I don't read many books. I listen to books, audiobooks, and
Good. Me too.
the services at the library with the audiobooks is really nice. The titles seem to be relevant, and it's a great program for those of us that listen to books on the iPhone or whatever
Yes.
media. Do appreciate that. And that helpfulness of the staff when you have a problem. They are very helpful, and then
Good,
sometimes
good.
it's
Glad
like,
to hear it.
"Did you see that?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't see that button." So, but they have been very helpful in the few times I've had to call, and that's nice. Customer service sometimes is difficult to get. Sometimes.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, we have a fantastic staff. Matt was bragging about his staff, but I don't know. I feel like mine rivals his, although his is amazing. So, yeah, it's gotten to be where about 30% of our circulation is electronic. The audiobooks are hugely, hugely popular. I always have one on my phone going, so, yeah.
Well, it's easy to do.
It's so easy. Yeah, it used to not be so easy back in the day, but they've really improved that technology, and it's very, very easy to use. So if you haven't tried it, put that Libby app on your phone. You can save yourself a lot of money.
Is that a county website? Is that the library app, or how do you do that?
It's an app. It's a national app, but it's a consortium of a lot of Kentucky libraries that purchase together. So we put some money into that consortium, and we also spend additional money so that we have extra copies for Oldham County residents. They're very expensive, unfortunately, but
I
yeah.
mean, I've never done it. The audiobook is checked out like a regular book, only it's on your
It is.
phone.
Judge, you're going to have to come by, and I'll get you hooked up with the app.
Yeah, I will whenever.
Yeah, if
it's
Chris
there.
can't
I'll have
help
a lot
you,
of
you
time
come
on
by.
my hands, I'm
Well, no,
afraid.
I mean, you can put an audio book in and do stuff around the house or mow grass or go
It's
for
so
a
true.
walk. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff, and it's just
It's fantastic.
Easy.
I walk my dog every day and listen to a book. And then when I'm cleaning my house, usually I'm listening to a book and ignoring my family. They're like, Mom.
Yep, same.
Magistrate Logston.
Julie, thank you for coming today. My question is, do you keep track of how many people go to LaGrange? How many people? I know you had a number there of all total, but do you find that? Thank you for partnering with the clerk's office on this. But do you find people that are just going from the clerk office right to and they just wander through the library at the same time? Do you think that was a good partnership with them? Is Goshen becoming the most popular library, or
Not yet.
because of that?
Not yet. LaGrange is definitely still busier, but there's a bigger population here. Also, there's a town here, so that's going to be, have an effect. There's a lot more commerce in LaGrange, so people spend, their whole day in LaGrange. Yeah, I think it's been a great partnership. I've noticed the clerk's office has a real steady stream of people, and yeah, we hope. I don't have any stats necessarily on that yet, but we do keep those stats separately by branch. You can, if you go to, I could send it to you, or you could go to our website. I just uploaded the annual report today, but it has all of those figures in there.
Magistrate Dye.
Thanks for coming. And what do you think the breakdown between Oldham County and Jefferson County residents are?
Oh, I would
Just
have
a
to get you
guess.
that. Yeah, I would have to get you that information. I do know when Goshen first opened, we were signing people up for library cards like crazy. And definitely a lot of Jefferson County residents were paying the fee to be card users out here. Because the closest library, if you're living in that Prospect area, is over at Northeast, if you've been there. So that's like over in the Hurstburn Business Park. So definitely a lot of people on that county line are paying to use our library.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Only
question.
others outside of that one facility, all they got is schools. It's the only thing, of course, people don't go into the schools. The kids do.
Right.
Yeah.
Magistrate Woosley.
So listen, you bragged about your staff, but I think we need to brag about you. You've been a wonderful director over there. You've done some really great things for the library, and you've really taken us to the next level. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm proud to say Julie was appointed by
You.
me back in about 2011, I
Yes,
believe,
yes.
as a director, and she's done a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It really is.
Another person who has done a great job is Amanda Ross, and we're going to lose Amanda now as a director. She's the president of our library board, and she's rolling off, and I'll be coming forward here with a name soon to replace Amanda.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. Amanda has done an amazing job, has been such a great supporter, and I kind of referenced it in my documentation, but our board has really been through a lot, as I know every board has in the last few years with the pandemic and then construction projects, and she's just really been a great leader for all of that.
Right.
We're going to miss her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. That'll conclude our presentations here today. So why don't we, I'm going to ask if we take a 10-minute break here and be back at 3:15, please. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Is there a motion we go back into session, please?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We're back in session. Next item is county administration payables. Is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is under community business. We have the 2025 compensating tax rate public hearing and resolution 01090225. Okay, I will take this, and this is a public hearing, so if there's anybody here to address the intention here, you'll be able to do so. Our intention here right now on this resolution is to maintain the same tax rate for the next year at 8.7 cents per $100. I'll read this resolution. Whereas property taxes, excuse me, I've got to pull it a little closer here. Where property values have increased in Oldham County, and whereas the application of the existing tax rate of 8.7 cents per hundred as the current year's assessment of property subject to tax excluding new property and personal property will provide more revenue than the previous year. And whereas the state local finance officer has determined that the rate would produce with approximately the same amount of revenue as the previous year, known as the compensating tax rate, is 8.4 cents per hundred. And whereas Oldham County Fiscal Court desires to keep the same tax rate, now therefore be it resolved that Oldham County Fiscal Court today adopt a tax rate for 2025 of 8.7 cents per $100 of valuation. So this being a public hearing, I'd like to, before we have a motion here, one way or another, ask anybody here if they'd like to address this issue. Saying no and step forward, I'll close the public hearing and go to the court and ask if there is a motion from the Finance Committee to accept this rate.
Judge, this was brought before the Finance Committee at our last meeting, and it was pushed out of committee unanimously to keep the rate at 8.7 cents per hundred. I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Is there discussion here? Magistrate Hounds.
Just a couple things. This is a backwards process, not created by Oldham County, but we approved a budget on July the 1st, and that July the 1st budget worked with the numbers that we're talking about here, that the 8.7 cents. And a couple of things to keep in mind. We've had increases with the police department salaries. We've had increases, although the jail self-sustaining and the jail salaries and just overall salaries. And then two, just talking to a lady after we took our break, road maintenance is another project that's continually, the number of roads unfortunately keep going up that we keep having to repair. So I wish the process were different where we could set the tax rate, but we can't until this time. Somebody asked me this weekend why we set the tax rate after the budget. That's when we get the certified numbers. This county gets the certified numbers from the state. It's not that we're delaying the process. It's just how the process works. And it's been this way. I'll pick on Magistrate Tice because it's fun. He can probably explain in his many years of being a magistrate, it's been the same way for that period of time and longer. So just a little history and background.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Magistrate Woosley?
Magistrate Hounds, since the compensating tax rate is 8.4, but we're going to stay with 8.7, do you know what the difference in revenue is between 8.4 and 8.7?
I wish the CFO were here to explain that, but it's a formula that the state uses. They're the ones that give us the number, and it's a rounding issue when you're talking about that small amount.
I don't want to be held to this exactly, but I believe it's about $198,000.
I remember that number too, Judge, but I'm
Right.
not sure the exact. It wasn't
Right.
much.
Right. It's not a significant amount of money in the overall scheme of things.
On a $40 million budget, it's
Yeah, right. All right. Any other questions here? All right, we've got a motion and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now, under committee reports and recommendations, we have a recommendation to release the erosion control surety bond for the Delker Buckner Apartments and Jim Sullivan.
Yes, sir. Jim Sullivan, County Engineer. The Delker Buckner Apartments, also known as Oldham Point, I believe, as a sign has it out front, is the apartment complex. It's located just east of the fire department, just east of Oldham County High School. They're off 146 in the Buckner area. That project is complete. We've performed our inspections that indicate the construction was completed in accordance with the plans that were approved by our office and in accordance with the subdivision regulations. So I'm asking the fiscal court approve the release of the erosion control surety in the amount of $15,000 for that project as requested by the developer.
Judge?
Yes, sir.
I would like to move to accept the $15,000 amount of the erosion control surety to be released. It did come through road committee at our last meeting and with a positive recommendation to court.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, next item under contracts and resolutions, Clovercroft, Ashbrook, Confederate Estates Drainage Improvements, the final design contract. Mr. Silliman.
Yes, thank you. So as you probably recall, we have in the past year or so been in a contract with JTL, Jacoby Tombs and Lands, for the preliminary design phase for this project that encompasses and addresses is intended to address stormwater conveyance issues in the Clovercroft, Ashbrook, and Confederate Estates neighborhoods. During that preliminary design phase, we were able to vet out the two of three options or alternates that they presented that should, we hope to address the issues without having to implement the third, and those two alternates are within the budget that the Stormwater Board has allocated over the next several years. So what I'm asking is that the fiscal court approve Judge Vogel to sign this contract in the amount of $130,000 with Jacoby Tombs and Lands for the final design phase. And it's very notable that since we were awarded the Cleaner Water Grant in the amount of $274,000 and I think $274,486, this money for this contract will all be reimbursable. We plan to have this phase done in time that we can start some of the construction and utilize the remaining part of that Cleaner Water Grant on some of the construction.
Judge, I would move that we approve this, or allow you to sign this drainage improvement for Clovercroft, Ashbrook, Confederate Estates drainage improvement for the final design contract in the amount of $130,000.
Second.
Second. All right, any discussion on this? Magistrate Logston.
No, so the two phases that are being proposed, it's alternates 1 and 3, actually are both in Clovercroft, but the intent is to capture the water and reroute it before it actually enters the other two subdivisions. So it will address the stormwater issues by rerouting the water.
Is your mic on, Michael?
Michael, I can't hear you.
It'll drain everything towards the creek down there on Old Floydsburg Road.
That's correct.
Versus pushing it back towards Ash Avenue then.
That's correct.
Because some of the places in Ashbrook are just, they're inundated with water right now.
That's correct.
Just pushing all
We
over.
still have the water issue happening on Ash Avenue. And,
Correct.
And that's part of what we talked about in the past, is trying to capture that water and not let it get to Ash Avenue.
That is correct.
All right, so we have a motion and a second there. All right, any further questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, the next item here I ask for to be included today. As most of you know, we've got a digital sign at the South Oldham Government Center, replaced the old wooden sign that was there. That sign is up and, the sign is completed. There's some masonry work to go around it, but the back side of the sign doesn't, it shows just a back sign. I'm asking today that we take $43,000 or so of opioid money and go ahead and put a duplicate sign on the back of that sign to carry information approved by the Kentucky Opioid Commission. I've got a handbook here with a lot of things that have been approved for Operation Parent in eastern Kentucky that we'd be able to use. I think we heard earlier today that we have 40-some groups in this county who are trying to provide mental health services, and that there is a continual effort through Facebook in any way imaginable to try to push out these services to people, make them available. We all know that no one gets all the word from everything, so another medium to help present these types of services in the community and fight drug abuse, opioid abuse, and so forth, I think would be helpful. We have over $800,000 in the opioid fund. More money is coming on a regular basis. It's going to be coming for many years, and we're under a certain amount of, let's say, participation, expectation to do some things, and we are doing some things. We've done some things with Operation Parent. We've funded the our portion of a drug task force for the I-71 North area. I think we've also, as the director of the health department said, we've funded a website that they're trying to attract people to. So I think this would be another step in the direction of communicating clearly to the community that we're opposed to opioid and fentanyl, meth, all the things that are connected with drug abuse in our community. And we need to keep pushing this message out as hard as we can, plus a message for the mental health services in the community as well. So I'd appreciate the permission to head. I'd like to go ahead and get this done. We've got a sign coming for the top that says South Oldham Government Center, and our sign company would like to have both signs up before they install the final piece that alerts everybody to the fact that that is the South Oldham Government Center. So I'll make that motion and see if there's a second.
Second.
Thank you. Magistrate Woosland.
Is the sign you're proposing the same as the sign that's there? They'll match?
It's exactly the same, right.
And we're using opioid funds to pay for it?
You're right.
Okay.
Judge?
Yes, sir.
Question. You and I discussed this a couple days ago about the sign because I had some concerns about it. When you come from Crestwood towards Gene Snyder, it has the hours of the government center, and it's kind of bright. I mean, you just have to wear your sunglasses at night when you drive by there. But that's okay. The second, are we going to put anything on top? Because it looks like you're going to have two different.
No. Would you pass that down to there? The very top portion of that sign is a light box that on both sides of the sign will say South Oldham Government Center. You see it on the top, the strip across the top, right?
I like it. I just like things consistent, and to me, this is just it's two different signs because you got one side telling you what the hours are if you're going towards Jefferson County, but when you're coming back, you don't see that. You'll see some drug task force verbiage.
Well, I mean, it's not that we can't run the sign, they can't run the hours on the other side as well. We had the hours up the other day because the building was closed early because of a family funeral. So normally we can, those hours vary down there all the time. So
it's just major. It's really bright.
Well, if it's too bright, it can be, it's adjusted by the sunlight. I think probably the night you went by there is the night that the thing ran on a test basis all night long and seemed to be bright because it was in the dark. So, Magistrate Hawkins.
Is it the same size as the other digital signs in the
Yeah,
county?
exactly the
Okay.
same size.
It seemed bigger, maybe because it's.
It
closer
seems
to
a
the-
little bigger because it's a little taller.
Oh, it's taller.
And it was put up a little higher than the other.
Okay.
That's why it's exactly the same size.
Okay.
Measure die.
Judge, today in the construction committee, we voted to approve this. But when you were talking to me about it, I was concerned about the having a distinct approval from the opioid commission, and you said that you had a firm approval on that. Is that correct?
I have a firm, the CAECO opioid relationship. CAECO has a person that is working with all the counties on opioid issues, staying close to the commission, monitoring everything they do. That person said this was no issue on this sign.
I believe the term you used was slam dunk.
Well, I might have used that at that point.
Yeah.
I'll say there was not an issue with it.
You know, we've had a problem with, I think the problem that we've had before, and we've already discussed that, need to go back and cover old ground, but I just want to make sure that if somebody comes back later and cries foul, I hope you got your checkbook out to pay for it.
Okay, sure. Okay. I don't think they will. I think we're a year into this now with this opioid commission. They have, for lack of a better term, sea legs on what they're doing. And as I passed a booklet down that has been approved, 9,300 of these books in eastern Kentucky from the Operation Parent. There's much more in here than simply opioid information.
All right.
It's been approved by the commission. So unless we're buying playground equipment or something that's way off the mark, I'm assured there's not an issue.
Okay. Keep your checkbook close at hand.
Okay. No, okay. I'm not worried about it. All right. So I think we have a motion and a second. Further discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
All opposed.
Pardon?
2.
2? All right. Fine, thank you. Motion carries 6-2. Thank you. Next item is personnel actions here, and that would be item E.
Wouldn't it be 7 to 9?
And that is the resignation of Will Sauer from the police department. We don't need an approval on the resignation. It's just an announcement. We thank Will for working with us and wish him the best. I believe he's going on to Florida, and was an excellent officer and is going to do well there. On board appointments, Westport Fire District, I'd like to appoint Paul Westbrook to fulfill the unexpired term of Wes Finch. This term would go on to June 30th of 2028. Wes moved from the county, so Paul has agreed to take his position. I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is the Planning and Zoning Commission, and this is to reappoint Deborah Kraus for a term to expire September 17th, 2029. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second that, Judge.
All right, second. And all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. All right, now, I'd like to ask the court to go into closed session pursuant to KRSA 61.810 subsection 1B regarding discussions concerning the acquisition of real property by a public agency for public use when publicity would likely affect the value of the specific piece of property subject to the discussions. So, is there a motion to go into public or closed session, please? And we'll have Kevin Nuss join us there. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. Is there a motion we go back into session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to allow the judge executive to execute a purchase agreement for a certain piece of property in Oldham County for public use.
Second.
All right. Motion to allow me to sign a purchase agreement for a piece of property. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. 7 to 1. All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda here is what?
Public
Look
comment.
and see, public comment. Is there anybody here who would like to address the fiscal court at this point? Seeing very few people here and no one to address. So, all right, we'll go on and close the meeting here. Magistrate Tice, any final thoughts?
I don't have anything today, Judge. Thank you, though.
All right. Magistrate Woosley.
No, sir.
Magistrate Jeffries.
Just a couple things, Judge. You'd asked earlier when the extension folks were here about how many beef cattle are in Oldham County, cattle and calves. As of the last ag census in 2022, there's 1,661 cattle and calves in Oldham
Right.
County. So, and it might be less than that now. I don't know, but that they take that census, I think, every 5 years.
A few of them been eaten by now.
Yeah. Yes. And the other thing that I had, magistrates, I did pass out to you all before the meeting started today, the latest project update on the Kentucky 53 realignment project from Zale Smith out past to Hannah Road. The KYTC has had multiple meetings. They have settled on option 1, and I've printed off today where option 1 is and the alignment and everything. There's still quite a bit before they'll actually be breaking ground on this, but they have agreed on option 1. So the next step is, design phase. They have to look at utilities, moving utilities, obtaining some property in the area, that kind of thing. So I enclosed, I've got several maps here that shows the outline of where the proposal is, but I just wanted to let everybody know that KYTC has approved to move forward with option 1.
All right, thank you. Magistrate Hounds.
Yes, thank you, Judge. J.D. Sparks was up earlier, and he spoke about the Veterans Memorial Park annual event, which is September the 6th, this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the South Oldham High School campus. This event supports the park's 9/11 ceremony that they do in support of veterans. There's also a new monument commemorating the Purple Heart for combat wounded and POW MIA, two very meaningful things for our military. And everybody probably knows about Jay McDowell leaving when Jay just sent a text over wishing to express his condolences for Larry and his family. Obviously, Jay was hoping to leave it in capable hands with Larry. If we talk about things for people to do, Judge mentioned it and Julie mentioned it, and I think that Director Rhodes with the Health Department mentioned it also. If you want something fun to do on a Friday night, go to a high school football game. There's a lot of great rivalries that are out there, and it's not very expensive to go, and you get to see the marching band, which is usually a fun time, and it's a way to meet people and to see what's going on in the community. All of the high school teams in our area are very competitive for this year, and it should be a fun season for high school sports.
All right, thank you. Magistrate Hawkins.
Nothing today, Judge. Thank you.
Magistrate Dye.
Nothing, Judge.
Magistrate Logston.
I have a couple things. Peavy Valley City Council tomorrow from 6:30 to 6:45. And Crestwood City Council will be 7:30 on the following Wednesday. It'll take about an hour usually. So, but what I wanted to talk about, it just come to my attention a little while ago that somebody dear to us their husband was in a car accident, and supposedly is because somebody ran a red light. So I've been harping about this for a couple of weeks now. please quit running red lights, and please just slow down during caution lights. I know you're trying to get through there because you're going to have to waste another 2 or 3 minutes, but it could have cost somebody their life today if things would have happened the way it did. So just please, just think about it as your loved one when you're running through that caution light and it turns red and somebody's going through there at the same time. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
All right, thank you. All right, that concludes our meeting, 2 hours today, and not necessarily a record, but better than a couple meetings back, wasn't it? I think we. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
You got that back ass. No.